Between our hosts, Telenet Giants Antwerp, and the 2018 champions, AEK of Athens. Well, if you're just joining us so far here in the Lot Arena, you can see the traveling contingent fans there making the journey from Athens. It will be heard all night long here in the Lot Arena. Well, what a game it is, ladies and gentlemen. Two teams have both been to a Final Four here in the Basketball Champions. Last year, Antwerp losing in the semifinals with Versad Tenerife, while AEK winning the championship, as we mentioned, at the Waka in 2018. Well, the Group B fixtures, Apoel Ben Yahav Yerushalayim beating Rasta Vechta, while San Pablo Burgos picking up a victory against Teshik Bandibit, while Ide Paul Lac Forte, a very crucial win against Antwerp Losalek. To play for here in Group B, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most competitive groups here in the Basketball Champions League. I mean, now top of the table is Yerushalayim picking up their big victory. Might just sit in that second position. Could go top of the group tonight if they win and go 8-3. There you can see currently 7-2. So the Giants Antwerp really struggling, and really this tonight is a must-win game for them. If they can win tonight, there'll be 2 wins, potentially off the 4th place. They'll have to hope that teams above them continue losing in the final remaining 4 games after tonight. You can see AEK Basketball Club, one of the better-known teams here in Greece. Some very, very fascinating players. We just saw Coach Ilias Papathedro, a man who's renowned for his presence in Greek basketball. Kendrick Gray was a player that was playing against AEK in the 2018 Basketball Champions League season for Era Basketball Nürnberg. Mario Chalmers, the former NBA champion, will be playing tonight. Not to mention Linos Christopoulos, some Greek international players. For a team that can attract some of the biggest names in Europe. Not to mention, well, for Telenet Giants Antwerp, for them, I mean, they had a big season last year. Not to mention when they played against Ostend, who have dominated domestic basketball in Belgium. Vincent Kestelou will be a player coming off the bench, and not to mention young player Ibrahima Valdefaya. Dennis Donker, the sharpshooter who made a lot of 3-pointers last year, and Niels de Retta. There's been a lot of changes in coaching staff this season as well. Coach Roel Moore is making the move over to Broos Bamberg. This will be a very big game for both these teams. If AEK can win, they'll go back top of the table. So the Giants Antwerp can win. They can just get themselves maybe a little bit of hope with 4 games remaining, getting into the top 4 here in a very competitive Group B. You can see Mario Chalmers. I mean, what an interesting backcourt they have with Kendrick Gray. Kendrick Gray came into the Basketball Champions League 3 seasons ago in the 2017-18 regular season for Era Basketball Nürnberg. What an impact he made as the playoffs came on. He played in a very competitive game against AEK, in which it was Kevin Punter who made a 3-pointer in the second leg in Czech Republic. You see some very top players here playing for this very strong AEK team. There's Nikos Gikis as well, who played the Champions League for Aris Salonika only 4 seasons ago. He's played for some other clubs, the likes of PAOK. As I mentioned, Patros, a few players making the move over to AEK. I mean, AEK played in the Waka, which is one of the more renowned venues in European basketball historically, but now tonight in the Lotto Arena, I mean, this was one of the biggest places to be last season near the Basketball Champions. I mean, they surprised everyone, especially making it into the top 4. Not only that, the likes of Lukat Murthia, along with Nizhny Novgorod, making their way to the Final 4. They did win the 3rd place medal after beating Broos Bamberg in that game here last season. We'll never say never. I mean, you look at this team tonight and you might think maybe it's too late, but it's never too late here in the Basketball Champions League, that's for sure. And one thing for Telenet Giants Antwerp, they got to control the tempo, make sure they get out in fast break, and obviously shoot the ball well from the perimeter. AEK are a team that can play you inside and outside. Shoot well from the perimeter, make down your early jump shots, keep it going all game long. Just give themselves a little bit of space, getting in touching distance, possibly picking up that 3rd victory. Up against a team like AEK, it doesn't get any tougher than it does tonight here in game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. Well, we'll just get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game as the visiting fans bring out the Kitrino Mavri. As mentioned in Greek, the yellow and black flag famous queen, they're known as AEK. And also there you can see the fans here in Antwerp also showing their flag. And one thing you got to love about Belgian basketball is that the support is unbelievable. It's very passionate. You see that almost with all our clubs here in the Basketball Champions League. I mean, these fans, they do it week in, week out. As I mentioned, we will get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game. I'm very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they will continue to do so here tonight in game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. Remember, we've got a replay system that allows our officials to go back and see, make decisions on close calls. They definitely needed to know. And here are our officials for tonight's game, coming from France, Croatia, and Turkey. We've got Mehmet Şahin, Martin Vulic, and Eddie Viato. Like I said, this is a very international mix of team. A lot of our referees coming from all over Europe, and they're featured in some of the finest competitions here in world basketball. We'll just start to look at the starting lineups for tonight's game, and no doubt we'll probably see an unchanged start from last week's. I mean, AEK, they had the big victory against Hapoel Bank Yehavia Yerushalayim at the Waka, which many would have thought was going to be the decider who was going to finish top here in Group B, and they came out big, winning that game. Well, a lot of changes happened to the squad. Of course, the likes of Dusan Shakota and Yanulis Ladanzakis making the move out to Spain and playing for Cam Murthia. There you can see man of the hour, Kendrick Ray. We, for no doubt, will see him in tonight's game. Mario Chalmers, Keek Lafford, Linos Kousikopoulos, Dimitri Mavroidis, who's just come back to the club, was also the only member to win the championship in 2018, along with Howard Sanru, who's one of the top players here. Well, Dimitris Mavroidis, veteran in his years, not the foundation big man, but there you can see we have Coach Ilias Papathedrou, coach originally from Koradalos, Greece. Again, what a career this man's had. Coached some big teams. Before he was with AEK, he was with PAOK, and before that, he was in Kazakhstan with BC Astana. Started his coaching career for the junior program at Athinaikos and became their assistant. Well, moving into more professional teams, but now we're going to look at the starting lineup now. Portana Giants Antwerp, and again, whenever you need a night to be more collective, whenever you got to come together, this is the night. You can see a lot of fans traveling up from Greece there in the top right corner. Steven Branch, Owen Klassen, Hans van Vin, along with Dave Jaginski and Luka Rybnik. Now, Dave Jaginski was a member of this team last season in their epic run to the Final Four. So no doubt he's going to have to try and control the boards and probably step out and play a little bit of a 4-stroke 3. Well, their coach, Christopher Begin, again, a man who's been all over Belgium. Coached in Ostend, their big rival, Charleroi. And again, this will be a big, big opportunity for him. He was also a keen player from 1999 all the way to 2017, a very young coach. And he's up against a very veteran coach in Ilias Papathedrou. Tempo is just going to be key in this game, as we said. I mean, AEK are a team that really, they got to go with what they're given. I mean, this is a team that can switch it on and off. I mean, if they want to get out in transition, they'll do that. They want to get into the half court, they'll throw it down low to the big fella. But not to mention, AEK are also a team that can't light it up from the perimeter. Right now, telling the Giants Antwerp, they've got to protect home court. 2 wins so far in the regular season. They got to make sure tonight is a must-win for them. They cannot slip up anymore. But for AEK, it's got to be a case of we're going to win the final games, we're going to top the group, we're going to try and cruise through the playoffs, but never say easy here in the Basketball Champions League.
Okay, try to find where is the gap to the foreman or the high-low situation for Mavroidis. Someone, H and Mario, 2 times. Hey, let's go. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's interesting to see Dimitris Mavroidis come back into this team. Remember, as we mentioned, only player on this squad who was a member of the 2017-18 team that won the Basketball Champions League. Did very well in their epic victory in the final at Waka. As I mentioned, when they played MHP Riesen Liversburg in the semifinal. I mean, Mavroidis is not the foundation big man, but he fits the bill so well. He's able to play off any player, be a guard or big man alongside him. Howard Sanrus, of course, one of the top players. As we mentioned, no doubt he's going to be the one go-to option for AEK. As I mentioned, Well, ladies and gentlemen, the officials are ready, the fans are ready, the players are ready. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. Right now, the Group B Giants AEK take on last year's visitors to the Final Four, Telenet Giants Antwerp. Don't go anywhere. It's the Basketball Champions League. Well, the tip is underway, and AEK get the first possession. The ball up now. Outside Mara Chalmers. Look for options now, just throws it down low. When the give and go goes out, they try an early three. The three is up. The three is tucked away. Well, as we mentioned, AEK, they'll get it into any position they want. You can't leave them wide open. Ball movement just so strong. Try to lob down low. The big fella's got to go up, but it makes a strong move. And Janssen's right back down the other end. Van Vin now got himself into a very strong position. Bruce now giving the ball up. The lane kicks this one out. They try another three. The three is up. This time no good. Big rebound. And now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push in transition. Off one screen now. Look for the roll. Throws it down the big man. Gets caught the double team. They got a wide open Van Vin. Van Vin now dribbles into a double team of his own. Oh, wide open. How wide open do you need to be? Doesn't take another three. Toe time. Oh, gave it a throwdown. Steven Branch went in, gave it a monster dunk. Simple pump fake there. You better get out of the way because he's going to give it a simple dunk. Strong move now by Stefan Branch. Chalmers now coming off one screen. They use Dimitris Mavridis, but the big there looking a little bit disorganized now. Bit of contact in the lane, fades away, doesn't get it. And Maro Chalmers now going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, last year, Maro Chalmers actually won the Basketball Champions League. Teaming up with also another former AEK player in Kevin Punter. Again, what a great introduction to European basketball, coming in, playing in Italy last year. Actually, what was probably a very, very strong team. And as we mentioned, so with a couple of NBA rings, I mean, Maro Chalmers, he's got accolades all over him. 2-time NBA champion, 1-time Basketball Champions League champion. Possibly could be a second one this year. I mean, AEK looking very strong. Chalmers makes it 2 for 2 from the stripe. We're looking to go down low to Van Vin. Van Vin trying to sand out. Get the space in against Sam Roos, but they turn it over now. And now AEK can push in transition. He's got an option to his left, but he's going to slow this one down now. Transition with Keith Langford. Langford now takes in, steps back from 15 feet. Langford gets it to drop with the mid-range. Well, he now moves up to 5 points. He had that early look from the perimeter. Well, the correction there, Langford actually has 5 points as he made the 1 3-point field goal, but there's a slight little reach in from Dimitris Mavridis. Yeah, if you just listen to those AEK fans in the top tier here in the stadium, they'll be making that noise all night long. I mean, anywhere AEK travels all over Europe, they've got fans everywhere that also travel from Athens. So some of the flags there, AEK fans coming from London, AEK fans coming from Paris. That just shows you what a big club they are. Looked like there was an early entrance on the free throw, but it counted anyway. Sam Roos now takes it in the lane. Well, kicks this one out. Langford's made 1-3, takes another one, doesn't get it. And now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push the transition. 4-3, dish out to Van Vin, but turns it over. Poor transition. Got it with Chalmers. Chalmers down low to Sam Roos. Well, takes a wide open 15 feet, tucks it away. Well, Howard Sam Roos now getting in a very quick early look, uncontested. Now just making the most of the transition. Contact now with Mavridis. Now good ball, but Van Vin had a 3 and again doesn't take it. This time takes a tougher shot. I don't know why he didn't take the first one. I mean, he took the poor shot where it was a long 2 and Got to be more clinical. Tries a lob pass in now. Handoff. Foul has been called on Dimitris Mavroidis. Well, Mavroidis is just coming up and trying to defend off the screen there. And again, it's the right call. He's got no argument. I mean, trying to come out and show and put pressure on the ball handler, but you've got to make sure that you don't make too much contact. You just got to be there and force him into a turnover. But anytime you reach or make that slight contact, you give the official an opportunity just to call a foul on you. Puts the back down now, tries a reverse left, gets blocked by the backboard, and Mavroidis now draws the foul. Stefan Branch wants a jump ball, but the officials have deemed it a personal foul. So Mike will get the ball back. Little post up, but I mean, he's just got to take that one step over, reverse it, and Mavroidis gets caught up with it. What you got to know about Dimitris Mavroidis is that off the court, he's such a gentle giant, but on the court, he's such a aggressive, physical competitor. What you got to love about him as well, he's a big man that will run the floor and just get up and down. And he just works so hard as on that Giants Antwerp pick up a third team foul. Chalmers now on the ball, gives it up to Savrous. Langford now puts it up, and Langford now moves up to 7 points, and he's putting on a show out there. Keith Langford just finding time and space down the other end, under the basket, goes up with it. Beautiful fast break there by Telenet Giants Antwerp with Owen Klassen. Klassen did so well there just to catch the ball in transition. Just to lay it up off the backboard. Bruce now turns it over, and now they try to push in transition. It's a 4-on-2 situation. And another foul has been called. This time it's on Mauro Chalmers. There was a turnover. Chalmers chased him down. What's the reach in? You got to be just slightly clever. Here comes Dennis Dunker, 1990 born Belgian international. Feature for Belgium throughout the youthful ages. Like, turn it over again, and this time Chalmers with a steal. Chalmers got numbers. Chalmers off the backboard, doesn't get it. Well, he had another option, decided to go himself. That's on the Giants Antwerp, pushing transition. Pulls up for a deep, deep three and nails it from downtown. Well, didn't think twice about it, but Luka Ripnik just nails the triple. I mean, that was a deep, deep three-pointer. Now with 7 points on a hot hand. Throws it down low and they turn it over. Well, the problem there was Milos Christopoulos was unable to cement a good position. Well, he had a good position, but at that stage he's just got to catch the ball. Well, coming into the game for AEK is Lithuanian veteran Jonas Mačiulis, who's actually their captain. Mačiulis being a veteran of international basketball, playing for some top clubs in Europe. Coming from the Mecca of basketball, Kaunas, Lithuania. Another turnover now for Telenet Giants Antwerp, and AEK push transition. Savrous now just gonna slow this one down, crosses back over. Another turnover for AEK. Sloppy possession, back to back from both these teams. As we mentioned now, with Jonas Mačiulis starting his career with his hometown club. Also playing in the likes of Italy. Not to mention, had a brief stint in Athens with the rivals of AEK back in the 2012 season. Takes it down the middle now, puts him a little floater, doesn't get it. Van Vim with a rebound. Van Vim goes in with the second shot. So that's one way Telenet Giants Antwerp are going to keep themselves in this game. Go for as many offensive rebounds as possible. Bruce now off one screen, gives it up and kick it out. Good ball, but Langford can go up to 10 points. Langford doesn't get it. Van Vim with a rebound. And now it's on the Giants Antwerp to push on their lead. Lubnik now in the lane, bit of contact, goes up. No, the foul's on the ground. That's an interesting call because it did look like he was in the process of shooting the ball. I mean, here he comes off the screen. There's a contact. Excellent call by the official because you clearly see wasn't in the process of taking the shot. Foul was way before. Chalmers now very aggressive on defense. Gotta make sure he doesn't pick up another foul. Duncan now penetrates, kicks it out, takes a three-pointer, nails it from downtown, and all of a sudden, Telenet Giants Antwerp are coming out like a house on fire. Dave Jujinski nailing the triple. Jujinski hasn't had many good looks so far here in the first quarter, but all of a sudden now just finds a bit of room and space after the penetration from Dennis Dunker. 6 on the shot clock now. Langford steps back, takes another three. Are you serious? Keith Langford has come ready to play. He now moves up to 10 points. 2 for 3 from the perimeter for Keith Langford. 2 for 4, sorry. Langford now just finding that groove, but it's a matter of keeping it going for 4 quarters. I think we like this. They got so many players that can just step up, and Mario Chalmers now picks up another foul. Well, Chalmers, I mean, he's had a season here in the Basketball Champions League in Europe. I mean, he's got hands all over him. He's got to be smart. I mean, it's tough when they make the move over from the NBA where defense like that is sort of deemed accessible. And now Chalmers has to go to the bench, take a breather. You would have thought with a player like Chalmers, the experience he got last year with 4-2 double on you. But makes the second free throw now, and he puts Telenet Giants Antwerp up by 3 points. He has 6 points in the game. He's 4 from the free throw line. Langford now on the ball. What can he get going? Comes off one screen. Oh, what a beautiful pass in the lane. Gotta lay it up. Makes it off the pick and roll. Beautifully executed play there between Keith Langford and Marcus Slaughter. Slaughter now gets his first 2 points of the game after just checking in. Rupnik now made 1 3-pointer. Takes on Nikos Gikis. Gikis also featured for the Greek national team in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Well, there was the pick and roll play. Well, Van Veen just goes to the bench just to take a little bit of a breather while Vincent Kestelut comes into the game. Now Kestelut, one of those dynamic players that likes to play the 3 spot. Rupnik now has had his 5th free throw of the quarter. Again, it's just down to the man-to-man defense. Ike just being too eager, trying to get those steals, get out on the break, but they got to be more patient on defense. Bruce now gives us one up to Langford. Langford kicks out to Gikas. At one point, Gikas was leading assists a couple seasons ago. Oh my lord, gets rejected. Oh, Owen Klassen just said to Keith Langford, no sir. Access denied going up for the layup. I mean, he can see Keith Langford going up. Klassen says access denied. No way. Not in my house. Langford trying to suggest that he got fouled on the play now. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ike have to get a shot up. Sam Roos now off the inbound. Takes him with his left. Another foul's been called off the board. I think it's on Vincent Kestelut, so it will be baseline ball to Ike Athens. Well, I'm not sure actually. I mean, substitution now. Svaya comes into the game for the Telenet Giants Antwerp. Dave Jujinski goes to the bench, takes a bit of a breather. Gikas crosses over, puts it between his legs, fakes the screen, takes a quick 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push a transition. Tries a lob pass under the basket, nails it. Well, beautifully executed. Owen Klassen now just making himself very physical in the low blocks. He now moves up to 4 points. Langford now comes off one screen, goes in, fades away, bit of contact. Keith Langford tucks it away, and he now moves up to 12 points. Well, Langford right now has got one thing on his mind. Every time he's got the ball, it's just to go to work. He's got 12 points and 1 assist to his name at the moment. Donker comes off the screen. Dennis Donker nails it, nothing but net. 15 feet, and that's a good shot for him. Just coming off the pick and roll and nailing it from 15 feet. Roos now steps back, takes a three-pointer in the corner. Doesn't get a little bit short. Shoeless almost turns it over, gets the ball back. Langford looking to isolate up against Dennis Donker. Langford steps back, takes a deep three, doesn't get it. Let's secure the rebound, and now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push in transition. Kashalu goes all the way off the back foot. Oh my Lord, did you see Ibrahima Fofaya coming in with a cleanup? I mean, he didn't connect on it, but here he comes in, simply unstoppable. Well, had he connected on that one, that could have really have been top play of the week here in the Basketball Champions League on game day 10. Gikas now wide open, he's got to nail the three. And Dio Tria Parakalo Efharisto. Nikos Gikas nails it from downtown. But now Dennis Donker now comes off one screen, looking for the pick and pop with full fire. Donker crosses over down the middle and draws another foul. It's on Mashulis, and Mashulis wants the traveling violation. So now Dennis Donker going to go to the free throw line. Got 2 shots with 36.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter of this game day 10 fixture of the Basketball Champions League between AEK BC and Telenet Giants Antwerp. Kendrick Gray now checks back into the game. Remember, Kendrick Gray also played for Irabaswell Nimbuk 2 seasons ago and almost beat AEK in the playoff rounds, where they had a big victory at the Waka and then went back to the Czech Republic. He was there with Kevin Punta, made the three-pointer on the buzzer. Took him into the next round against Strasbourg, and then eventually winning the Champions League back in 2018. So AEK one of the more historical clubs, not only in Greece, but all over Europe for that matter. Donker missed the second free throw. Roos now comes off one screen, but he's got a wide open Mashulis. Mashulis, veteran time, takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it. And now Dennis Donker's going to try and go pick and roll here. The last shot with now 10 seconds here in the first quarter. Nikos Gikas now comes off one screen, gets caught in a double team, almost turns it over, and they do just that. Now, AEK have 3 seconds to get possibly one last shot here in the first quarter. Looks like Coach Ilias Papatheodoros is going to go for a timeout. Coach Theodoro, no, it doesn't look like the timeout's coming. Looks like it was a substitution, so Kendrick Gray is going to come out of the game. I mean, very interesting change. Howard Sunrise going to inbound the ball. They got Keith Langford in there, Nikos Gikas, Mashulis into Langford. Langford now pulls up for a deep three, doesn't get it. And at the end of the first quarter, Telenet Giants Antwerp lead this one 26-21 here. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League Group B fixture. We'll show you some stats and some highlights. And there are the traveling fans. I mean, there you can see the flag, London AEK, as well as Paris AEK. I mean, fans from all over Europe. We love the Queen, as they are called. Kitarino Mavri, Yellow Blacks in Athens, Greece. Well, statistically, Antwerp now 2 for 3 from the perimeter. AEK 3 for 11 from downtown, 5 for 7 from within the rainbow. While Telenet Giants and Antwerp getting to the free throw line 4 times for 8 attempts. I mean, a lot of that's been down to the man-to-man defense being too physical from AEK. Something got to change. Here are some highlights from the first quarter. We'll get set now, start to the second quarter. Telling the Giants Antwerp book at the first possession. They lead this game by 5 points. Here comes the handoff now with Dennis Donker. Takes it down the middle now, look for a dish off. Oh, had a wide open look, but well, took a deflection, so it will be telling the Giants Antwerp ball on the baseline. Well, fakes the pass now, takes in the lane, tries a layup, doesn't get it. Comes off of Vincent Cachalud, I believe, so it will be AEK ball. Now Gigas brings the ball up under pressure, puts it behind his back. That's one thing about Nikos Gigas. I mean, he just knows how to deal with the pressure, full court man-to-man. He's wide open, doesn't take the three-pointer. Kicks this one out. Kendrick Ray tries a deep three. Kendrick Ray doesn't get it. Right now, starting to struggle from the perimeter as they're 3 for 12 from downtown. Ray now trying to reach on the ball against Dennis Donker. This is where they got into foul trouble. The man-to-man defense started to lose his way a little bit. Mashulis now gets a three in the face from Dennis Donker, nailing it from downtown, right in the face of Mashulis. Jonas Mashulis, you can see he put his hands up right away to Dennis Donker. Now moves up to 6 points. 8-point lead now to telling the Giants Antwerp. Kendrick Ray, what a play. Oh, he missed the dunk. Well, he didn't elevate high enough and he missed it. Donker, big three. Oh, baby, in transition. And he puts telling the Giants Antwerp up by 11. Timeout now to AEK. Oh, a missed dunk. All of a sudden turns into a transition three-pointer for Dennis Donker. And right now, AEK need to sort things out. That's one mistake they didn't want to make. Looks like they're going to go for a change early now. I mean, right now, AEK just have to sort themselves out, be a little bit more patient on defense. Now they're only 5 for 8 from within the rainbow. In total, 8 for 20 from the field, shooting 40%, while the Giants Antwerp shooting a very impressive 11 for 16, 69% from the field this evening.
You slip the format, here is a handoff, and you follow and you set the screen. And you dive or you came back. Okay, last two is the first offense. For us. Next offense. Nico, thumb, one. We are thumb, one. Next offense, thumb, one.
Well, that was the missed dunk in transition. Dennis Donker elevates, follows through, drains it from downtown. And the man who nailed it last season on their way to the Final Four is doing the same here tonight. This is a big now possession for AEK. They've got to turn it around. I mean, right now, getting some good looks, but you just got to make the shots at the moment. Yet another turnover. Nikos Gigas unable to keep the ball under control. And again, I mean, when you're being picked up man-to-man full court, you just got to pick one way, get the ball over the court. But Gigas was too much crossover spin-outs, and in the end, he turned it over. Oh, Slaughter almost got the steal, sorry. Drake Grant, sorry, the nephew of the famous Horace Grant. Tried to come up with the loose ball still, but was unable to get it. Drake Grant, another player with a lot of basketball Champions League experience, playing for SIG Strasbourg, Neptunus Klaipeda as well, for that matter. It's now been his 3rd year in the Basketball Champions League. In the lane, goes all the way, draws a foul. There will be a baseline ball to tell the Giants Antwerp as Nikos Gigas looks like he's going to go to the bench. Mario Chalmers is going to come back in. for a handoff now. Down the lane, full fire. Well, almost gets stripped. They get it back, spins around all the way, lays it up off the backboard. Just when I thought they were going to come up with a loose ball still. Telling the Giants Antwerp got it back by Robbie Rogers. And another still. Well, what do we have? Showtime. Oh, he turns it over. Oh, he missed an easy, wide open one. Now Mario Chalmers hesitates in the lane. He draws another foul. I think what Coach Theodoro wants is an unsportsmanlike foul there. I think the officials have to go and review that one. I mean, here you can see, here he had the wide open lane. Look behind him. Just lost his foot there. Turned it over. I mean, he took a funny, awkward step. Franz Bleyenberg had quite the shot. Now the officials are going to go over and check if there was an unsportsmanlike foul there by Drake Grant. We'd have to see a replay. I mean, here you can see it goes and it's full fire. For me, that's an unsportsmanlike foul because he grabs onto him. Holds onto his arm just enough. Let's see what the officials deem this. I mean, again, here comes the hesitation. There's just a slight tug of the arm. A lot of times we see that those are called unsportsmanlike fouls because there's no attempt to play the ball. It's essentially stopping Mario Chalmers, get into the basket, or possibly drawing an actual foul. That's a better angle. You can see the hesitation by Chalmers. Shimmies, beats full fire. Full fire just gets caught in his arm. But the argument against, well, from that angle, it does look like Chalmers hooks onto his arm. So that's an interesting angle to look at that. Well, the unsportsmanlike foul's been called. The home crowd don't agree with it, but I will agree with that one. There you can see again, look at the support from the traveling fans from Athens. Not only Athens, traveling from all over Europe. Now Mario Chalmers will get 2 free throws, and he's going to get the ball back. Well, he missed the first one. And one of your most experienced players on the court. Championships all over the globe, NBA championships, basketball league champions. Makes the second one. You never want to look back on a game and think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. Sideline ball now, Kendrick Ray. Interesting backcourt they got with Ray, Gikas, and Mario Chalmers. Struggling to get the ball, and they almost turned over Drake Grant. Just moves into space. Chalmers now off one screen. Chalmers, bit of contact, goes all the way. Drake Grant missed the tip back. He's got Chalmers now. Chalmers almost turns it over. Kicks out now. Mario Chalmers for 3. Doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds. We'll be telling the Giants Antwerp. And I think the problem right now for AEK is, I mean, there's not enough fluidity in their offense. Everybody's scrambling into positions. And credit to telling the Giants Antwerp defense, making it very difficult for AEK just get into those motions. That's better now for Kendrick Ray. Well, full fire now, all the way. Full fire goes up. Full fire almost rips the rain down, but Mashulis fumbles it out of bounds. The athleticism for full fire. Look at him go all the way. I mean, he hasn't even left the ground, but he's almost dunking it. So the Giants Antwerp now with a 12-point lead here in the early stage of the second quarter. There's a backdoor play. Duncan now comes off the screen. Gave him the 3-point shot. Backs down against Drake Grant. Tries to spin baseline. Goes down the middle, 4 on the shot clock. Well, great defense by Drake Grant. But still now another unsportsmanlike foul. And this time it's on Robbie Rogers. Robbie Rogers, no discipline there. Turns the ball over. And Richie just holds on to Mario Chalmers. I mean, it's back-to-back unsportsmanlike fouls. Now, I didn't make the most of the last one. They got 1 point out of the last unsportsmanlike foul. They got to do better. I don't know, you know, from that angle, it looks a little bit. And again, I mean, I respect the decisions of the official. Chalmers makes the first free throw. Well, interesting there. You got Mario Chalmers, 2-time NBA champion. His teammate Drake Grant, nephew of a 4-time NBA champion. Mario Chalmers now misses the second free throw. Chalmers now on the ball, puts it behind his back. Kicks out to Kendrick Ray. Ray pulls up from 15 feet. Kendrick Ray, smooth as you like from the mid-range. That's a lot better for Mike. All of a sudden, we got a timeout now. So it's on the Giants Antwerp. Just now picked up 2 unsportsmanlike fouls and concession. Got to talk this one over. If you look at the rebounds right now so far, Telenet Giants Antwerp leading the rebounds 14-8. As well as having equal amounts of offensive rebounds between these two teams, but you got to think to a team like Telenet Giants Antwerp, they keep the momentum going in transition and force an Ike in some turnovers. They can take control of this game going into the second half, but you can't allow Ike any time to get back into this game. Off one screen now, looking for options again. And the pick and roll very aggressively. On the middle, turns it over. Well, coach was wide open for the shot, but he wasn't expecting it. Kashalud just made a cut down to the baseline. You see the pass coming. And now Ike have a chance to chip into the deficit. They trail us 1 by 9 with under 6.5 to go here in the second quarter. Ray off one screen. Kicks this one out. Well, Chris Koppelus for 3, doesn't get it. Drake Grant with the offensive rebound. Kendrick Ray down the middle, bit of contact goes up. Kendrick Ray doesn't get the drop. Secures the rebound on the floor. Looking for an option. The jump ball's been called now. I believe it's going to be Ike ball because Telenet Giants Antwerp had the first possession in the second quarter. Chalmers now gives the ball up back to Mero Chalmers. Chalmers, good ball movement in the corner with Ray for 3. Ray takes the 3-point, doesn't get it. Can't get the rebound. Full Fire secures it. And now Telenet Giants Antwerp pushing in transition. Step back, doesn't get it. Oh, the big fella backs down, turns it over. Chalmers with a steal. And now Mero Chalmers looks like he's going to go all the way. Chalmers reverses the layup, draws a foul on Full Fire. Full Fire not happy with the call. Mero Chalmers is going to take 2 shots. Great defense by Mero Chalmers. Hands up. That's a loose ball there. Goes all the way. Look at the contact here. Reverse layup. It's just that swipe of the block. Well, Owen Klassen now is going to come back in the game as Full Fire checks out. Just to avoid any more foul trouble. 5.5 to go here in the second quarter. This is game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League, where the team that made the Final Four last year in Telenet Giants Antwerp, bottom of the group against potentially top of the group if they win tonight in Ike BC. Chalmers makes the first free throw. It's down an 8-point ball game. Every time he's gone to the line, he's made one, missed one right now. And again, a player of his standard, he's got to be able to go to the free throw line and consistently hit free throw shots. Great defense by Drake Grant, unable to keep it in bounds. Drake Grant, what a defensive presence he's been for Ike in this game, not only in the low block, but coming out and defending the pick and roll very aggressively. takes another deep three-pointer, this time way off the mark. And now Ike, trailing by AEK, can chip into the deficit again with Chalmers. Chalmers in transition. Down low, the big fella looks to back down very aggressively against Van Vin. Goes down, fakes the spin. What a post move. Oh, you've got to love it. Fake the spin out, and Linos Christopoulos just gave it a touch of English. Trey Grant now picks up yet another foul. Yeah, it just comes over a little too aggressively. Again, that was unnecessary. I mean, he was always going to pick up a foul there, but look at this for a move by Christopoulos. Backs down aggressively, gives him a shove, fakes there, goes up, little teardrop. You gotta love it. That's one thing about Christopoulos is he likes to step out and take the perimeter shot, but what a disciplined player in the low block with that little back down post play. Van Vin now on the ball. Van Vin doesn't take a lot of 3 points. This time he does, nails it. He had his right foot behind his left foot, completely off balance, but just nailed the triple. He puts Telenet Giants Antwerp back up by 9 points. He moves up to 7 points tonight. Just enjoying a little bit of time here on the ball here in the first half. Another foul's been called. I mean, it's getting very aggressive. There's Mika Rupnik trying to cut Maro Chalmers, and Chalmers trying to say, he's pulling my t-shirt every time. That's definitely a foul, no argument, but here's a step back by Van Vin. Van Vin, just a little time and space, nailing it from downtown. Maro Chalmers goes to the bench. Now Kendrick Ray looks like he's going to play point guard duties. Now it's St. Roos comes back into the game. Ray now in the lane, fakes it, kicks this one out. It's got to make it wide open, way off the mark. And Ike's three-point struggles still continue. Bullis now had a good look from the perimeter. Well, spins in the lane, goes up. What a move. Drake Crom with a big rebound. Now Ike, another chance to chip into the deficit. Kendrick Ray pulls it for a deep three-pointer. Kendrick Ray from downtown. He does have that range in his shot, but one thing about Kendrick Ray is when he shoots the basketball, he elevates so high, which makes him hard to block. It's caught now in a tough situation. Rupnik's made one deep three-pointer, takes another one. Doesn't get this one. They give up another rebound. Foul is on the ground. Only the 13th foul for Ike, so it will be a baseline ball for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Look at that. I mean, it's so high. I mean, got to put a body on him. Drake Grant goes to the bench, takes a break. Slaughter comes back into the game. Such a deep bench that Ike have. Van Vin now throws it down low to Klassen. Klassen tries to back down, kicks out. They try another three. Three's in the corner. They don't get it. St. Roos with a rebound. Now Ike can push. Right now looking to isolate, crosses over. Bit of contact, goes up, doesn't get it. Wanted the foul, but wasn't going to get it. Now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push the transition. Christopoulos stops Rupnik from going to the basket. Christopoulos knew he was going to be beat for foot speed. Not a bad foul. I mean, puts him into the 14th foul. The problem for right now is under 3 minutes. Can't give any more fouls. As for Telenet Giants Antwerp, both teams now with 14 fouls. Rupnik now on the ball. Comes off one screen, pump fakes it. The shot clock's got to force one up with Van Vin. Doesn't get it. Kendrick Ray is going to slow this one down, but play like Kendrick Ray, you want him to get up and down the floor. I mean, he's got that athleticism and speed. Langford also back in the game now for Ike. Bruce kicks this one out to Ray. Ray's made 1-3, but takes another one. Kendrick Ray, are you serious? Cuts it down to a 3-point ball game. Hits the second tray ball of the night. And we got a timeout now to Telenet Giants Antwerp. And look at this quick release. Look how high he elevates. Just lets it drop. Kendrick Ray with the cash ball money.
Aggressiveness now. Start missing aggressiveness in offense and in defense. Start shooting from outside. Be more aggressive. They try to play more aggressive. Attack them. Attack them. Don't step away, okay? Hey, next one.
Telenet Giants Antwerp now 5 for 10 from the perimeter. Kendrick Ray has just moved Ike up to 5 for 18. And they made back-to-back three-point field goals for the Queen. The black and yellows kicked it in Antwerp.
Yeah, you can go to the top. I mean, really. But like this, if you go like that. Okay? Hey, guys, we're in the game, okay? Yeah, we're in the game. Hey, they only play motion, so be ready on the pin down. Yeah, okay? All right, let's go, guys.
Guys, I'm doing 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Hey.
Just over 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Telenet Giants Antwerp, we're leading this by as many as 14, but now possibly could be a tie game. A technical foul's been called, I believe, on the Telenet Giants Antwerp bench, or possibly on Van Vin, I'm not sure, but somebody said something to the official. The official did not appreciate. So Kendrick Ray will get one free throw, and they're gonna get the ball back. Now AEK have a chance to tie the game up, possibly take the lead. They can make a three-pointer. See which way the Queen wants to go with this one. Keith Langford now throws the alley to Slaughter. Doesn't get it. Great defense by Telenet Giants Antwerp. And now they can push the transition. Just downloaded Van Vin. Sam Bruce just came up with a steal. Duncan's got it in the corner. Tries another three-pointer. Doesn't get it. Slaughter with a rebound. Now Kendrick Ray can push the transition. Ray comes up one screen, pulls up from the mid-range. Doesn't get it. Top of the backboard. Sam Bruce with a rebound. 14 on the shot clock. Chrissy Coppolis thought about taking the three-pointer. Pull the trigger. Chrissy Coppolis now on the ball. Down the middle. Well, offensive foul, surely. Chrissy Coppolis just went and pushed him with his left arm. Great call by the official. Chrissy Coppolis. See when he backs down. There's one. There's two. It's a push up with his left arm. Kick this one out. Well, they got a wide open look. They got to make this one. Well, all of a sudden, it's only Giants Antwerp who couldn't miss a three-pointer. All of a sudden, can't buy a three-pointer. They just saved the ball from going out of bounds. Now AEK have another chance. Langford to tie this game up and possibly take the lead. 15 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Langford crosses over. Langford fades away from 5 feet. Keith Langford can't tie the game up. And now, Telenet Giants Antwerp will get the last shot of the first half now. Rupnik now taking it in the lane against Sam Roos. Off one screen, gets caught a double team. Wow, surely a traveling violation. Out of bounds, goes baseline. There's a foul on the ground, so it will be 2 shots now for Dave Drzyinski. Fouls on Chrissy Coppolis, I believe. Drzyinski just made that slight bit of contact with Chrissy Coppolis. Brzezinski stands at about 6'7", 6'8". The club last season again. One of the role players, likes to play on the perimeter. Makes the second free throw, and now Ike, 4.9 seconds to get one last shot here. Put the ball into Langford. Langford's going to go the length of the court. Langford now end of the first half. Langford all the way, takes a tough one, turns it over. And at the end of the first half, telling the Giants Antwerp hold on to this one, 39-35 here. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. Ike again, very scrappy, somehow managed to get their way back into this game through a lot of turnovers from the Giants. All of a sudden, you see just a little bit of lackluster play. Let's see if we can turn it up. Kendrick Gray, 2 3-pointers at the end of first half. Now you can see both teams with 5 3-point field goals, 38 and 28%. Like just slowly out on the rebounds. Both teams equal on the assists, and Queen, Yellow and Black's Kitanero Mavri with 2 more steals. Leaders in tonight's game, Dennis Duncan, 9 points. Keith Langford with 12. Kendrick Gray with 9. Nick with 8. Well, go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long. We'll be back in 14 minutes. The second half of this game day 10 fixture between Ike and Telenet Giants Antwerp. We'll be back soon.
rejection by Johnson.
As Martin goes the other way, lobs it up. Stone it is with the dunk.
Just now.
Oh, wonderful pass and a wonderful finish.
What a big, big play by Masulas. But it was the pass from Janovic that made it.
Tamir Platz. Some little up fake guard, drives in and throws it down. Two hands. Nimrod Levi with a big time play.
Backs off the car. Oh, lovely pass. Stone throws it down. Tyler Stone with the finish.
Some better looks. They have 5 3-pointers now in the game as Cousins pulls up from the mid-range. Doesn't get to Sean Thomas. Goes in and cleans up with the throwdown.
Shimandini, watch out! Oh. Just to underline the point. But that really Shimandini's looked for a while.
This is the first, and they need to foul. They get it back for the three. Oh, it's good! The three is good! Marco Filippoli! That's why he was in the game. Zoltan Paul to make the two. Filippoli has made the three. Shots up by McFadden, short. And there's bodies flying everywhere. Ricky Lido ahead. Sokolowski behind the back for the throwdown. Still right, no good. Ball's loose. They get it back. Still, Angola to win it. That's extraordinary. That is incredible. Stand. They are 2 ahead.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of this game day 10 fixture between our hosts, Telenet Giants Antwerp, and the visitors from Athens AEK Basketball Club. Two teams who know what it's like to be in a Final Four, and one of them knowing what it likes to feel to be a champion. Last year, Telenet Giants Antwerp surprised the world when they got into the top 4 of their group, and then winning in the round of 16 against teams like UQAM Murcia, who were favorites, and then Nizhny Novgorod. Well, AEK's story, the 2017-18 season was a fairy tale season where he literally just made it to the top 4 of the group on the final day, and a big three-pointer by Dusan Shakot against Mehdi Bayreuth. And saw them take us position in the top 4 over Umana Venezia. And in the playoffs, a fantastic series against Irabaswell Nymburk, where Kendrick Ray, who's currently playing for AEK, was playing for Nymburk at the time. A substantial league in the first leg in Athens, and then it was a three-pointer on the buzzer by Kevin Punter that brought the title to the Waka, where the Final Four was held. The only player right now, the current player in AEK, who was a member of that 2018 championship team, was Dimitris Mavroidis.
Second screener, you bring up the ball. You bring up the ball. Okay, Luca, you go outside of him. Okay, Hans, you go opposite.
Well, the hosts now leading this game by 4 points. He got off to a great start, but AEK just scrambled their way back into it. A few turnovers from both these two teams, and we're just going to have to make sure they try and look after the basketball, don't make too many errors.
Yeah. They call switch. Okay, this is first offense for us. First offense. And then, guys, next offense.
Coach Ilias Papatheodoro, a very renowned coach in the basketball culture. Started his career with Atheniakos as a junior coach back in 1995. Making his way as an assistant and coaching some big teams in Greece. Also had a brief season coaching in Kazakhstan for Astana. Taking on the role as the PAL coach, who was in the Champions League since 2017. She played in the playoff series against AEK last season in the Basketball Champions League, which they came up short. Well, Jonas Machulis now coming in, starting here in the second half. He didn't start the game originally. It looks like they've got Mario Chalmers, Keith Langford, and Howard St. Bruce out there. Well, Howard St. Bruce has been very quiet in this game. Not sure if that's a sign of things to come. There you can see Slaughter also in as well. Van Vin now will inbound the ball. We'll tell the Giants Antwerp. Comes off one screen now. Well, they turn it over right away. This is one thing about AEK is they're not getting out in transition enough. I mean, they want to get into the half-court set, but that was a great opportunity with them to get out in the break-in. Chalmers now looking to go pick and roll. Screen and Langford. Langford now takes it in with his left, bit of contact off the backboard. Keith Langford, aggressive move. You know, those top scorer in the game, 14 points. About taking the three-pointer down low. Machulis gets caught out, goes to the basket, draws a foul. Jonas Machulis gets called for the foul, and again, has to be careful. You don't want to insult the officials too much by laughing at them. And we have 2 free throw shots for Dave Jaginski. Jaginski only 5 points in this game, also has 2 rebounds, 2 assists, but Antwerp in Bay at this one, 40-37. To the host now. Remember, game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, make sure you download the Basketball Champions League app on your smartphone, Android, or iPhone. You can follow all your favorite teams, scores, and stats. Hear this news here week in, week out. Remember, football had the three-point, gives up to Chalmers. While push off, and an offensive foul's been called. This is where AEK start to lose their discipline a little bit. Now this turnover, silly fouls get picked up. turn it over. Great defense by Howard St. Roos, and Howard St. Roos making himself such a defensive presence for the Queen. Down low to Langford now. Langford back down. Needs away in the low block. Doesn't get it to drop. Slaughter can't get the rebound. Now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push in transition. Oh, another still. Howard St. Roos again. Now St. Roos transition. Dish it off. Mashulis behind the back. Another turnover. St. Roos should have laid that one up. And now Telenet Giants Antwerp get a three in the corner. They can't capitalize. A foul has been called on the Canadian international Owen Klassen. Here's Mashulis. Just a shot to the face. Unintentional. There was a shot there, Mashulis. Well, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, Klassen hasn't really hit him at all, but definitely a foul, that's for sure. Turn it over again. Sloppy play by Ike. Now it's a 3-on-1. And another, and again, stab man again. Howard St. Roos has been a defensive nightmare for Ike. He's in off the backboard, doesn't get it. But Ike just can't finish down the other enemy. Howard St. Roos has caused now 4 turnovers for Telenet Giants Antwerp. They have not been able to capitalize on the offense. And then tries to go baseline. Goes down the middle. Tries to dish one out to Klassen. Klassen under the basket. Comes up with it. Goes up. Jajinski can't get it. 3 on the shot clock. They've got to make this one downtown. Don't get it. St. Roos secures the rebound. And now Ike have yet another chance. They're going to get the ball to Keith Langford. Langford now backs down. The dumps and kicks out to Chalmers. Chalmers, whoa. It's a hard foul on the three-pointer. So now Mario Chalmers will go to the free throw line now for 3 shots, and that's a careless foul to give away. Stefan Branch now picks up his 3rd personal foul. He's probably gonna have to go to the bench, take a breather. There's the kick out to Chalmers. I mean, Chalmers now misses his 4th free throw of the game. Makes the 2nd one. It's down to a 3-point ball game. Makes the 2nd one. 2-point lead now to Telenet Giants Antwerp. Chalmers now moves up to 7-11 from the free throw line. All his points coming from the stripe tonight. They'll try the lob now to Van Vin. Keith Langford kicks this one out. Oh, Klassen tries a perimeter shot. And the man from Canada nails it from downtown as he puts Telenet Giants Antwerp back up by 5 points. Well, first 3-pointer of the game. It's a good one to hit. Bit of contact. Reverse slap by Jonas Mashulis. Well, Labagarai nails it with a strong move. Well, another turnover. Attempts still the game now for Ike. Chalmers tries to go in, draws another foul. Now the question for Mario Chalmers is, all his points have come from free throws. He's made 11, was taking 11 free throws tonight, made 7 of them. Here's Owen Klassen, nailing it from downtown, getting a good look from the perimeter. Beautiful rotation on the ball. Chalmers has to go to the free throw line and not miss one. And he still struggles. Chalmers now takes another free throw. 0 for 2 from the free throw line, doesn't get it. Mashulis comes up with offensive rebound. They come up with a steal, and now Telenet Giants Antwerp can push the transition. Van Veen looking to dish it off down low, under the basket. Beautiful fast break there. Dave Juchitsky. That's one way to break the pressure from Ike. Get out in transition. Langford now heavily guarded on the ball by Stefan Branch. Langford now pulls up. He's made 2 tonight. Way off the mark, doesn't get it. And Ike now struggling from the perimeter. 5-point lead now to Telenet Giants Antwerp. Goes out of bounds, draws yet another foul. That's the 3rd personal foul for Mario Chalmers. No doubt we're going to see a change. Rupnik now tried to hesitate, went baseline. That's a silly foul to give away, but here's a fast break. Van Veen gave the ball up. And just look at Juchitsky, beautiful executed fast break there by Telenet Giants Antwerp. Van Veen now goes out of bounds. And it will be Telenet Giants Antwerp ball with 7 seconds now on the shot clock. Right, Grant now comes in and probably will just give them a little bit better defensive presence. Under the basket. Right in the corner, Van Veen had the 3-pointer, didn't take it. Kicks out, Juchitsky for 3. Doesn't get it, but another offensive rebound. The Telenet Giants Antwerp. Van Veen now in the lane. Van Veen goes up. Strong move by Van Veen. And he loves it, going to work in with the Giants. Playing for the Giants. He's 3 for 3 from the field. Because Geekus checks into the game for Reich. Saint-Roos now all the way. Saint-Roos, bit of contact, misses the layup. Drake Gronk came up with a loose ball. Langford off one screen, kicks out to Howard Saint-Roos. Takes a tough 3-pointer way off the mark. Geekus kicks out, 24-second violation. And right now, Ike are searching for answers. And nothing is coming to them. That was the missed layup. Just tipped out of bounds and move it behind the back. Big jump step, Derek Ruse-esque there. Well, this is one thing about Telenet Giants Antwerp. Starting to build the momentum now with a 7-point lead here in the 3rd quarter. They got to keep pushing for it. There's a team like Ike, so many options that can just turn on and off. Van Veen tries another 3, doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound, but Dave Juchitsky missed a tip back, and now Keith Langford in transition gives up. Saint-Roos misses last 3-pointer, nails this one, and Dio Tria Paracalo. Well, Howard Saint-Roos now hits his first tray ball of the game, cuts it down to a 4-point ball game. Fire now in the lane, goes in with a strong layup, tries to tip it back, gets his own rebound on the basket, gets the one, and the big fella is going to go to the free throw line now to make a 3-point play. Well, Ibrahima full fire, running so aggressively, just too big, just too strong, just too good, and 1. We'll put it back up by 7 if he makes this 3-point play, but takes the free throw, nails it. Just under 4 minutes to go now. Papa Theodoro is probably thinking, what is going on with his team right now? Big victory for them on the weekend in the Greek League. Down low to Drake Grant, and another turnover. Comes off the foot of Howard Saint-Roos. We'll be telling the Giants Antwerp ball. Comes off his left leg. In the lane now, time and space. Well, why not? Ibrahima full fire, way off the backboard. Almost got it. Goes Mashulis now, gives the ball to Geekus. Geekus now down the middle. Geekus pulls up from 15 feet off the front rim. He's dropping right now for the Queen. Vasilisa, as it's known in Greek as the Queen, right now really struggling from the field here in the 3rd quarter. And Drake Grant now again just coming up too aggressively on the show, on the pick and roll, and picks up yet another foul, and that's a 15th foul. So now Rubnik, I mean, that's careless. Rubnik now will shoot 2 free throws, and Ike just digging themselves a bigger hole going into the 4th quarter. Well, Slovakian international is playing all right. He hasn't made a lot of shots from the perimeter, but we got a timeout now as Vasalisa, the Queen, Ike Basketball Club, want to talk it over.
Next offense, we call 2, we play 2. Next offense.
Look at the percentages from in the rainbow. Telling the Giants Antwerp 11 for 21, while Ike 9 for 22. Not too dissimilar, sorry, with 52 and 41% in total. The host now shooting 44% from the field. Ike only shooting 35%. And they have struggled here in the 3rd quarter immensely. They need to change that.
Where you have the ball, thumb, UCLA. This first 2 offense, 2 and thumb, 2 and thumb. It's very important to be close, guys, especially now. They are in the bonus. Be careful the fouls now. Be smart. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Well, there you can see the traveling fans. Amis, Imaste, Ivasalisa, Kitrino Mavri, the fans from Ike Athens, the Queen, the Black and Yellows, one of the most famous clubs in all of Europe for that matter, respectfully. Right now they are trailing. Rupnik's going to go to the free throw line after the Drake Grant foul. Grant, as we mentioned, coming off the pick and roll. Just look at the support from those Ike fans. The Slovakian international now, Rubnik, an important role for this Telenet Giants Antwerp team this season. Makes the second one, and it's now a 9-point ball game to the hosts. Rubnik now moves up to 10 points, 7 for 8 from free throw land. Outside Roos now gives up to Keith Langford. Just under 3 minutes to go. I mean, Ike have to chip into this deficit. The help side D, Howard Roos has made 1 3-pointer way off the mark on that one. Now Ike just can't buy a bucket. 2.5 now to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lima full fight. All the way the basket goes up. Drake Grant just does enough to get the block in. Some Roos just came over loose ball. This is the thing about Ike right now. They got to get over, get up into that. Motion's a lot quicker. This now pulls up for a quick 3-pointer. Doesn't get it. Perimeter shooting has been abysmal this quarter from the Vasalisa. Rubnik now throws a lob into Van Vin. Well, he tried 1 3-pointer, tries another one, doesn't get it. Who's able to secure the rebound. Jonas Mashulis all the way. Mashulis lays it up, and the veteran goes in. Wanted a bit of contact. Takes it down to a 7-point ball game. Down low. What a pass! Gets him under the basket. Goes up with it. Doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Telenet Giants Antwerp ball. With 6 seconds on the shot clock. Well, Stefan Barrage there had a good look. As Christopoulos comes back into the game. Look at this for a pass by Rubnik. I mean, Barrage has got to catch that. Such a good position, and he's got to make that as well. Back to now in the lane. Great rotation on the defense by Ike. Duncan's got to force one up, way off the mark. And now Howard St. Roos. Transition, nobody running with him at the moment. Christopoulos now, Christopoulos looking to back down. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Ike ball baseline. 14 on the shot clock. Now Ike, if they're clever here right now, could possibly go 2 for 1 if they score and get a stop down the other end. You got to get a good shot. There's the back down by Chrissy Coppins. Great call by the official. Moves up to Kendrick Ray. Down low, what a pass. Drake Grant, well, that's a hard foul. But Drake Grant just gets completely annihilated. You can see great pass by Ray. That's a regular foul for me. I'd be very surprised if they call an unsportsmanlike foul there. Looks like it's going to be just 2 free throws to Dre Grant. Missed the first one, and the free throw shooting from Ike has cost them this evening. You think about it, pretty much make most of their free throws. They're pretty much in control of this game, and you never want to look back at the game and think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. I mean, it's professional basketball. You spend your whole lives gets crazy. He misses both of them. Grant secures yet another loose ball. Ike have yet another chance. I mean, that's the thing with Ike. They're getting so many chances to get back in this game. Kendrick Ray now steps back for the mid-range. Tough shot by Kendrick Ray. Well, he is simply Mr. Reliable, Mr. Cash Money, and I know all about him. He made great efforts to get him into the roster. 10 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Ball now for Stefan Branch. Comes off and turns it over, and Howard St. Ruth gets fouled, and now Ike will go back to the free throw line for 2 more free throws and have another chance. Cut this lead down to 3 points. Problem for Ike right now is they're shooting 50% from the free throw line tonight. They are 8 for 16 as a team, 6 for 23 from the perimeter. And it's just a careless turnover by Stefan Branch. I mean, big free throws now for St. Ruth. He misses the first one. And Ike now 8 for 17. They've missed 9 free throws tonight. Think about it. If they make those 9 free throws, they'll win in this game by 6 points. But free throw shooting is just so imperative at this level. Misses the second one. Mashulis gets a rebound, goes up with it. Well, if they miss some free throws, they make up in a very lucky offensive rebound for Jonas Mashulis. It's on the Giants Antwerp. Yet another chance for the last shot. Another foul's been called. .8 now. Chance to shoot some free throws here. Makes the first one. It's on the Giants Antwerp the opposite. I mean, they have shot their free throws excellently this evening. They are now 15 for 17 from the free throw line. Come up with a loose ball still. They almost get it. Trying to tip it, but it won't count. And at the end of the third quarter, Ike are in lead. This one 55-50 here. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. It's Ike versus our host. It's on the Giants Antwerp. We'll be back for one more quarter. Well, here are some highlights from the third quarter, and we'll just show you some stats momentarily, but again, this is game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. The game this is proven to be. I mean, right now, it's on the Giants Antwerp, rock bottom of Group B, with only 2 wins, 7 losses. Ike can possibly move back top after tonight. They have 7 wins and 2 losses. A joint with Apoel Bank Yehavi Yerushalayim, followed by San Pablo Burgos and Rasta Vechta. If you think about it, from position 4 to where Telenet Giants Antwerp is in 8th place, it's only Telenet Giants Antwerp win tonight. It will be only 2 victories that separates them from 4th place. It's all to play for here in Group B. Like now will get the first possession here in the 4th quarter. They trail this one 55-50. Kendrick Ray in the backcourt with Gikas along with Howard St. Rus. Ray now takes a tough shot, 15 feet. Kendrick Ray is simply cash money. In another mid-range jump shot. I mean, he is just the best of the best, getting those shots into dangerous positions. Tries a long shot. Dennis Dunker nails it from downtown. All of a sudden, puts it back up by 6 points. That's the one thing now for Telenet Giants Antwerp is the shooting is just paying dividends here down the long run. Howard St. Rus in the lane. Howard St. Rus misses yet another layup. Well, he has missed his 2nd layup of the game now. How costly could that prove to be? Gikas gives a hard foul. It was a mismatch, and he had no choice but to foul him because he was guarding Vincent Kashalud. Well, I got a feeling in a game like this right now, the team who gets into the penalty first will probably be the team that comes out victorious. It's a close game. Right now, Nikos Gikas gets called for back-to-back fouls, and that's just careless. What he's thinking. He's got hands all over him, to be honest. I mean, Rupnik hasn't been too much of a threat from the perimeter this evening. And at that point, defend him so heavily off the ball. A little 4-5 tries to go base on Drake Grunt. Backs down, goes in, gets a foul. 4-5 is going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Well, he picks up his 4th personal foul, and that's going to be a huge loss, too. Just a slight little swipe there at the end. It cost him. If I missed the first free throw. Missed them both again. Before that, Telenet Giants Antwerp had only missed 2 free throws. Now they missed 4 as opposed to AEK, who've missed 10 free throws this evening. Gikas now in the lane, kicks this one out. St. Rus had the 3-point, didn't take it in the lane again. Again, Howard St. Rus turns it over. And he had 2 good looks at one for the perimeter in the corner, and then one in the lane. We just had to take a little jump hook and kicked it out to Nikos Gikas, who wasn't ready for it. Oh my lord, he completely serves up Linos Klitsikopoulos, and Ibrahima Full Fire gives it a throwdown. I mean, look at this, comes off the screen, simple pass, down low, I'm gonna dunk on you with a throwdown. It's the Full Fire show. Right now we got a timeout to AEK, his coach.
First offense,
Elias Papatheodoro is probably wondering, what does his team need to do to get back into this game? Both teams from the field, 19 field goals, but it's the free throw shooting that's done it for AEK now. 10 missed free throws in this game.
You change your rank if you come to attack. Otherwise, you spread the floor and you create a second time. This first offense. Motion. Class 4-2 for kids. Next offense. Class 4-2 for kids. Next offense. Slip the please the four men is a handoff and pick it up for the ball.
Well, this is big now for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Again, just with that momentum, question is, can they hold on to this? This is a must win for them, as they lead 60-52 now. We're in the fourth quarter. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. Keith Langford now is checked back into the game. Wide open there. Sikopoulos takes another one, doesn't get it. The three-point struggle still continue for AEK. Rubnik goes up, puts up a little prayer off the backboard, and he flexes the guns. 10-point lead now, the Telenet Giants Antwerp. Andrew Gray, 13 points to his name at the moment. Sikopoulos tries another three-pointer. He cannot buy a three-point field goal this evening. That has just been the problem for AEK, the perimeter shooting, free throw shooting. Feeling and probably thinking that they're top of the group and this was going to be a walkover. Just hasn't been the case, but 7 minutes to go. Question is, can Telenet Giants Antwerp hold on to the lead? As they just turn it over. Rupnik now. It's a tough pass. He's got two players. Sikopoulos in front of him. Slaughter behind him. That was a strong move in and around. And he flexes the guns afterwards. Langford now off one screen. Draws another foul. It's a first team foul. Here in the fourth quarter for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Right now, comes off one screen, kicks out. Sikopoulos did take the three this time. 6 in the shot clock now. Ray's got to get something going in the basket. Steps back, tough three. Doesn't get it. AEK now missed 4 back-to-back three-point field goals. Right now, just don't look like they're going to score. Down low. It's now the 4th team foul. Fouls now, and AEK will go to the free. Sorry, Telenet Giants Antwerp will go to the free throw line. Kendrick Ray going to sub out of the game. It's actually Nikos Gikis that's subbed out. So Chalmers, Langford, Dre Grant, Sikopoulos, and Kendrick Ray all in the lineup. I mean, that's a strong team. You'd probably bet your money they'd beat any team here, but right now they are being beat by Telenet Giants Antwerp, who desperately need to win this game tonight to stay in touch and distance of making any form of a top 4 appearance at the end of game day 14. Another foul off the ball. Looks like it's on Hasan Keshtalut. Turn it over off the inbound. Chalmers just turned it over. Transition all the way. Goes up in it. Oh, he missed a layup. Loose ball on the floor. Jump ball situation. And it's going to be ball to Telenet Giants Antwerp. And Chalmers just so careless on the pass there, but Keshtalut missing the layup. He's got to make that. It's the problem now for AEK. They want to take chances and maybe gamble a little bit, but they can't. Any foul they do, they're going to send Telenet Giants Antwerp to the free throw line. Grant secures the ball. I think you've only gone a few minutes without even scoring right now. Ray draws another foul. You can see it's a lot better there from, I think AEK haven't done a lot tonight, is just penetrating the defense, and it's on the Giants Antwerp. Offensive foul called. Well, AEK have really started to lose their discipline. The foul's on Chrysikopoulos. He picks up his 4th personal foul of the game. Well, Mario Chalmers calls another turnover. Stefan Branch, that's the 2nd one now. Well, Stefan Branch not taking care of the basketball. Langford in the lane, goes up, doesn't get the and one. He's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Foul is on Vincent Cachalou, but the problem now for AEK is, as we've mentioned so many times this evening, they've not shot the ball well from the free throw line. These are big free throws now for Keith Langford. Makes the first one. They're now 10 for 20 from the free throw line. But you make those 10 free throws, you're still in this game. Touching distance. Makes the 2nd one. Well, we got a timeout now, as these 2 teams want to talk it over. With just over 5 minutes to go here. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. It's our host, Telenet Giants Antwerp, up by 10 here against the champions of 2018 AEK Basketball Club.
Okay, please again, after the cross screen, flash to the top. If they want to front Owen, don't fight with him. Just take position, feet high, low, and you take position inside. Then you go for the dunk. Okay, guys? Hey, we got no more fouls to give. No more fouls to give. On the ball screen, you know that Langford's going to try to do everything. Okay?
Well, they can see the rebounds now going in favor of Telenet Giants Antwerp. Lead this one 35-31. And it's the foul trouble that AEK have got themselves. 14 fouls, which haven't allowed them to take any gambles now without sending Telenet Giants Antwerp to the free throw line. Will be post ball now. Yeah, for them, he's got to dribble patient as possible. Don't make any rush decisions. Don't see a half-court set. You lead this by 10. They got to win this game. Only 2 wins so far. Seven on the shot clock now. Calls for a pick and roll. Comes off one screen. Goes in the lane's got to make it. Gets the offensive rebound and puts it up with 1 second on the shot clock. Well, Dave Jujinski wanted to foul that, and we're under 5 minutes. So we lead this one by 12 points here. Now on the ball. For AEK right now, not a lot of ball movement, a lot of movement. Chrysikopoulos hasn't made a 3-pointer, still can't get it. Chrysikopoulos, his 5 3-pointers tonight. Yeah, really has killed it from the perimeter. This is the thing now for Telenet Giants Antwerp. Under the basket, goes up with it. Branch can't get it, but another offensive rebound. Right away, you got to ask the question, is who wants it more? And right now, it's Telenet Giants Antwerp. They want this game. They need this game. Cachalou now goes to 4 points. Picks out the Mario Chalmers. Chalmers now in the lane. Bit of contact, goes up, misses a layup. Nothing dropping right now for Ike. 4 minutes to go. Can Telenet Giants Antwerp hold on to this. Eurostep gets taken but almost turns it over. It's a scrappy game right now. Langford, bit of contact. Chrissy-Kopolis in the lane, Slaughter. Well, that's a hard foul by Owen Klassen. Slaughter's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. And Jonas Mashulis now comes back into the game for Ike. Owen Klassen now picks up his 4th personal foul of the game. Slaughter makes the first free throw. And for a case of Ike, where the free throws haven't been dropping all night long. 3:49 to go. Both teams in the penalty, which doesn't help Heat. Doesn't really help Ike to try and chase this one off, but every possession's got to count now. Every rebound. Missed a second free throw. Now I've shot 11 for 23 from the free throw line this evening. Just hasn't been good enough. One screen now, gets caught a double team, kicks it out, or gets an offensive foul. Great defense by Slaughter. Slaughter just beat him to the position. Look at this, moves in, excellently timed there by Slaughter. 3:28 to go now. Can Ike push a comeback? Langford now thought about taking the 3-pointer. This time he does, takes a 3. Langford doesn't get it. Mashulis trying to get the rebound, and that's been the problem for Ike right now. Haven't been able to knock down perimeter jump shots. Really have struggled. 6 for 29 just isn't good enough. And the problem for Ike as well is they try to spread the floor, isolate as much as possible. Too much one-on-one, not enough getting each other involved. So the Giants Antwerp just trying to hold on, and yet another foul's been called. This time it's on Kendrick Ray, so the Giants will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Kendrick Ray picks up his 3rd personal foul. Ibrahima for fire now comes back as Dave Jaginski takes a breather. Some decent minutes tonight. Makes the first one. Slovakian international. Steady point guard. Doesn't get the second one, but now come up with a loose ball. 14-point game. Under 3 minutes to go. If I need to make a comeback, they've got to be quick and decisive right now. Chalmers on the ball. Goes up to Langford. To Langford. Langford had the 3, kicks out to Chalmers. Chalmers down the middle, kicks out Mashulis. I mean, nobody wants to shoot the ball at the moment. Langford now forced a 3-pointer. Langford nails it. 11-point ball game. Erupting now. Ball up the court now. This is where they got to be smart. Run the clock down, get into a good offense. No need to rush anything. And an offensive foul's been called. Oh, Chalmers pushed to the ground by Vincent Castellou. Castellou, sorry. Picks up his 2nd offensive foul of the game. Got to be smarter than that. That's his 4th personal foul. Ike now possibly with yet another chance here. Got to be smart. Langford now made his last 3, takes another one. Langford doesn't get it. Mashulis gets a rebound. Kicks this one out now, 10 on the shot clock. Back to Mashulis. Mashulis had the 3, didn't take it. Mashulis all the way to the basket, doesn't get it. Slaughter follows up, and it's a 9-point ball game with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Telling the Giants Antwerp, cool timeout. And there was the penetration. Thought he was going to get blocked, did so well. And Slaughter follows up. Maybe is the comeback on. All the Giants Antwerp have to win this game. They've only won 2 games so far here in the regular season. This is a definite must-win for them.
Next offense, we play horns up, okay? Hey, for you inside, Yeah, you see that now they're going to try, they're just going to go in front of you.
Well, they can see percentage right now. Both teams with only 7 3-point field goals, but AEK have shot 7 for 30 from the perimeter. Christopoulos has taken 7 of those. Able to find his feet and get a good look from the perimeter this evening.
Come in, pass back, use that triangle, okay? And then we bring the ball up. Hey, guys, again, long time, be smart. Don't force it. We got time, hey.
Hey, Giants, I'll do what you do.
It's on the Giants Antwerp have had a rough return to the basketball Champions League this year. I mean, they won on game day 2 against Tekshik Bandimir here at home. The last time these two teams met was at the Waka on game day 3, where I came out with an 11-point victory. Since then, victories have been very tough. I mean, they had a big victory at home again here on 19th of November against Paolac Cortez. They turn it over again. Well, no. So the Giants Antwerp do turn it over. And now AEK have yet another chance to chip into this lead. The question is, do you get to the basket, go for an easy 2, or do you try and go for a 3-pointer? Because they just haven't shot the ball well from the perimeter this evening. AEK, as we said, 7 for 30 from downtown, 14 for 30 from within the rainbow. Well, this is crucial now by AEK. Chalmers will inbound the ball. Get the ball into Langford. Langford now comes off one screen. Makes another 3-pointer. Doesn't get it. And again, you've got to question the discipline. Was that the best shot? But get the ball over the half court now. Under 10 on the shot clock now. Rudnick's going to come up and use a screen. Goes up for a deep 3. Doesn't get it. AEK secure the rebound. Now they're going to look to take it in transition. Down low to Slaughter. Slaughter gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. Slaughter's got to make these 2 free throws. Trail by 9 with 1:22 to go now here in the 4th quarter. Just gets it to drop. It's a huge free throw by Slaughter. It's down to an 8-point ball game. I think for AEK, last time their victory was a big home victory against Apoel Bank-Yehav Yerushalayim. Next week they'll be at home against Tekshik Bandimir. Now many would not have expected them to be struggling the way they are against Telenet Giants Antwerp. They want the foul, and Telenet Giants Antwerp turn it over yet again. Well, it's an 8-point ball game with 1:14 to go. I mean, this is incredible. Who's winning this game don't need to rush any decisions. They have just been given AEK chances to get back in this. Langford off the back, but nobody goes in for a rebound. And now Telenet Giants Antwerp just have to hold the ball. Just get fouled, get to the free throw line. Van Veen in the lane, Van Veen under the basket. And the ball gets caught. There will be 2 free throws now. Avance and Kashtalut. Great pass by Van Veen, great dish off, and Kashtalut now has to do is just make these 2 free throws. Well, he makes the first one, puts it back up by 9 points. Doesn't get that one either. Oh, gets rejected. Said, not in my house. Great defensive effort. And a foul at half court on Maro Chalmers. So now Antwerp We'll go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Kendrick Ray went all the way, and what a block. What a defensive effort. Chalmers now having fouled out of the game. Totally perplexed by the unsportsmanlike foul that's been called on him. Now 40 seconds to go here. Telenet Giants Antwerp are proven to have achieved the impossible by beating one of the top teams here in the group, as they lead this one 71-61 with 27 seconds to go now here in the 4th quarter. Alley-oop time. Oh, he missed it. Well, that would have been icing on the cake. Lightfoot now shakes and bakes, fades away, going out of bounds, doesn't get it. Now full fire, comes up with a loose ball. What do we have here? Transition, all the way, gets fouled. And he's gonna go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Gigas and Cash Salute have words for each other. Nikos Gigas picks up his 5th personal foul. He fouls out of the game with 9.2 seconds to go. Christopoulos comes back into the game. Kashalou makes the first free throw. Makes the second one, puts him up by 12 points, 61-73. Ladies and gentlemen, the unthinkable has not only been imagined, it's been achieved as Telenet Giants Antwerp win this one 73-61 against the champions of 2018. And just maybe, there's a little bit of life here in the Giants. Maybe making a surge up Group B as they pick up now their 3rd victory here at home, their 3rd victory of the season. The 2019-20 Basketball Champions League regular season. Well, Ike, probably one of the toughest nights they will ever encounter as they lose this one. Telenet Giants Antwerp 73, Ike Athens 61. Game day 10 of the Basketball Champions League. I mean, it was just really one of those games for Ike with 12 for 24 from the free throw line. Like shooting problems also from the perimeter, where they were 7 for 32. I mean, in fairness, Telenet Giants Antwerp was 7 for 22 from the three-point line, but 20 for 26 from the stripe. That just was the big difference in the game. Great support from the Ike fans, making the journey here. You can see the players applauding the fans, coming to see them play. That is as it stands here at the end of this one. Just take a look at some of the stats and finish off with some of the highlights from this game. You can see fans from Germany there as well. Ike, well, that is well supported all over Europe and all over the globe for that matter. Well, Telenet Giants Antwerp 16 for 33 from within the rainbow. Ike were 14 for 33. The teams with 7 3-point field goals, but the Giants Antwerp leading the rebounds 47 to 37. 5 more assists, but Ike did have 5 more steals. A lot of that come down to Howard St. Roos. Langford top scorer in the game with 19 points. Kendrick Ray followed up with 13, while Rupnik top scorer for 14. It's on the Giants Antwerp. And is the hosts who breathed a bit of life into the season, and maybe, just maybe making a comeback. Last season making it to the Final Four. Now currently sitting in last place. Now they move up to 3 wins, along with Paula Cortez. Just behind Tekshik Bandabit. Above them, 5th place, is Anvil Vosalek. Rasta Veshta currently make up that fourth position. So right now it's only 2 victories that separate the Giants from fourth place. We've got 4 more games to go here in the regular season. Basketball Champions League 2019-20 season here. 4th year of the competition, Europe's finest. It's a big play for them right now. And again, they had to win this game. And really, it was at times quite a lethargic situation for both teams. But in the end, it's on the Giants. Antwerp dug deep and pick out the victory. As it ends here at the end of this one, you can see the Telenet Giants Antwerp come up with the huge victory. Just breathed a bit of life into their season. I think now, depending on how the results have gone and how it turns out, will be the same record as Apoel Bank Yehav Yerushalayim. Both teams now 7-3 here in Group B. The Israelis traveled to the Waka last 2 weeks ago, before the festive holiday, and actually lost. Always a very close game, but they met before on the 23rd of October, in which Yerushalayim won that game. So now both teams are tied with 7 wins and 3 losses. Well, the opposite for Telenet Giants Antwerp, who have 3 wins and 7 losses, and possibly now just breathe a bit of life into their season. Those are big rebounds by Dave Jaginski. Again, it was just the second opportunities that gave him that chance. And there you can see Jonas Mashulis going to the basket. Better in years and just not enough for Ike to come back and win this one. That was a tough play there, but unable to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, they come out with a big victory tonight. The Giants win it. Ike remained top, 7-3, followed by Apoel Bank Yehav Yerushalayim. Now the Giants Antwerp just move off the bottom. 2 wins off 4th place. We thank you for joining us here at the Lotto Arena. We'll see you next week for Game Day 11 of the Basketball Champions League. But right now, it's good night.